Alright, hey. How's everybody doing today? We're not going to be playing this world. This was a make sure the game works world. This one looks good. Alright, so we're just hanging out here. We're gonna have a nice quiet time. So we're just going to re-roll this. I don't know if anybody is familiar here, but basically we want to make sure that we get at least one builder, at least a researcher, and someone to do some supplying errands for us. Hey, Trollguard, how you going? How's it going, rather? We just got started over here. I was walking everybody through what picking duplicates looks like. We're just saying that we definitely want to have one that builds, one that does research for us, and then some supplying. It's good to hear. How'd the stream go? So this is like... yeah, it looks like it. This is like a side-scrolly type of, like... base building game. It's kind of like Dwarf Fortress in a way. Comrade, how's it going? You having a good one? So we're trying to make sure that we get a good spread of interests here. I'm well. Just hanging out. I've been meaning to play some of this here for a while now, and I hadn't gotten around to it, so here we are. I'd really like to get supplying, ranching, and farming all together on this guy. I've been known to go too fast and skip people before. You know what? We're gonna run with this. This looks okay. What are we gonna name this thing? What is our colony going to be called? We've got the Outrageous Brigade. Yeah, same. An undo button would be amazing. Deadly Homestead. The Hardy Space Station. The Coughing Utopia. I don't know about that. That sounds like bad juju. Space Prison. How can we pass that up? Alert! I've woken at the target location, but colonization efforts have already hit a hitch. I was supposed to land on the planet's surface, but became trapped many miles underground instead. Although the conditions are not ideal, it's imperative that I establish a colony here and begin mounting efforts to escape. Alright, so the first thing we do, click those away, because we fly by the seat of our pants around here. Looking at what we have nearby. This is a very cold biome, that'll be good. Early game chlorine, that's handy. Lots and lots of copper ore. That'll catapult us into the early mid game pretty quickly, like. Got a good pile of the meal wood already. I don't see any oxyfern, which may be problematic. I'm gonna need some oxygen at some point. And as you know, it's not included. Alright, let's see here. We need to dig. Bathrooms. Gonna need beds very shortly. We need a way to get to our beds. Might help ya. Looks like we might have a problem with dirt early on here. Put in a door there so we can get our little bonus for having a bedroom. We'll put stuff. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Priorities, skills, and such. Alright, so it may be difficult to see here, but we've got Max has a slight bonus to strength for tidying, so we're gonna have him do that. Mima does medicine, which is good. Not that she's gonna do a whole lot of that, because I classically forget it or don't bother with it. Alright, so, new dupes. Let's mess that up. Alright, so new duplicants will not do anything until we give them a job, and then they will do just that job. Just realized it might be good for everybody to be able to do a little bit of life support. You know what, that's fine, we can roll with that for now. Alright, so the room overlay, where is it? Barracks, look at that, we're already getting our little barracks bonus. Oh, it's cold in here, look at this. 19 Celsius, -1 Celsius. They'll warm that up eventually. So I used to run just a straight ladder, you know, just dig straight down, put a ladder in. This is more than twice as fast to build in this little S pattern here. Oh, Mima's sleeping on the floor because her bed is entombed. Oh well. Now, this world does have the geoactive trait, as well as the metal-rich trait, so that's why we have all this copper ore. But we need to find our volcanoes and our geysers, because they will be giving us quite a lot of resources over the course of the game. The best way to do that is to use the temperature overlay and look for anomalies. Now this is a bug, this buried muckroot. It's 20 Celsius just about, but it's surrounded by -10 Celsius. It should be the same temperature, but we'll work with it. I don't see anything outstanding here, which is not terrible, but it does mean we'll have to branch out a little bit. Now we've got a more or less finished bedroom for now, barracks. Might help if I have them dig that out. Now, we're going to have to start looking at food and oxygen very shortly here. I want to stick that stuff right in here across from whatever this room is going to be. That way we've got a relatively centralized core of things. So we're going to want our oxygen production at the bottom of the base, because carbon dioxide, we all know, is heavier than the rest of the air in this game. So typically the gas, air conditioning, there is the word, is done at the bottom of the base. So as you can see here, we've got some oxygen in this room, but it's actually largely carbon dioxide. We want all of that to flow down here where we're not going to be bothered by it. Cycle 3. I've almost synthesized enough ooze to print a new duplicate. Once the ooze is ready, all I'll have left to do is choose a blueprint. It'd be helpful to have an extra set of hands around the colony, but having another duplicate also means another mouth to feed. Of course, I could always print supplies to help my existing duplicates instead. I'm sure they would appreciate it. This is our printer here, that's where our stuff's going to come from. So I'm thinking this is going to be the mess hall. Easy, right? Up, that's when we get our new thing, whatever it is. These guys are cool. They will eat most of whatever is laying on the ground like this that's not been put away and turn it into coal. Now these bristle blossoms, I'm going to leave them for now because they are a wild plant and they don't require any upkeep. We don't have to feed them, we don't have to water them or anything, and they will slowly spit out food, which is good. Need food. I am going to break into this chamber here. And here's our print. So, right off the bat, I don't see anything terribly interesting. We could take some brine. We'll not have a use for it for quite some time. However, it will become useful in the future. The pufflet, not really going to be helpful for us for a while. And we don't have the supplies to take care of 2 more people, or 1 more person even. So, we'll take the brine and hope for a better roll in the next time. Yeah, I forgot to mention here, the dig tool is really good for measuring out rooms. Really good. I know a lot of people will sit there and like count tile by tile, and that'll get you there, but dig tool, measuring tape. We may have to eat that hatch, we'll see. See, this is what we wanted. All of our oxygen is gathering down here, feeding the plants, and otherwise being out of the way. So research. This is our research tree. It's very big. We need farming first. We want to get this farm tile. And the very next order of business is going to be water, I think. Well, that's not right. Still nothing very interesting out here, unfortunately. Lots of bristle blossoms, that's good. They're decent food. There we go. Well, that's not good. See, Travaldo's gonna get stuck there and die. Just for the sake of symmetry, I think we're gonna do that on the other side here. Got some gold amalgam there, that'll be good. Very handy for us. Especially for any high temperature applications we'll have, which we will have. We're gonna need more storage. So we're breaking even on food just about with the stuff that we've been digging up, which is good for now. Oh, scheduling, let's look at that. We don't have anybody that's an early riser or a night owl, which is good, because we'd have to put together a separate schedule for them. Algae terrarium. Okay, well, let's assume we keep building down in this manner. That's where everything would end up. So in theory, our next floor would be here. You know what? We can afford to dig these up. We're gonna dig them up. Because we can plant them down here. So what I'm thinking we're going to end up doing for water is, instead of go down here and bringing it back up, I think we're going to tunnel along through here and then pump out from in there, from here into the rest of the pit. Plus we'll get to access all this algae. This is going to be really handy for generating air. So if I were smart, I'd put the compost down here by the... We're gonna do that. Yeah, compost goes there. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do for research. So we are locked to this line here. Everything else has this extra icon there. We'll need to do some more research to unlock the more research. But first things first, air. Actually, I think that's about all the air we can tolerate right now. So we'll go for... We'll just make a beeline for that. Why not? Yes, this is rapidly becoming unbreathable. Farm tiles. This is what we want. This is going to be our bread right here. Now I know we don't have 4 duplicates yet. but we're gonna get there. This is gonna be our kitchen, food prep area. And let's see what our printable is. Spores. That's a good start. Again, not interested yet in other people, however good they may be. I'll take the spores. We can't use them just yet, but we'll get there, and it'll be good. We're going to plant our water cooler right there. Then we'll get a room bonus for that. Yeah, the nutrient bars kind of suck. They're not very good food. They'll feed you. A bit like an MRA, I suppose. Oh, look at that, we're almost out of sandstone already. Or we are out. We'll get more. Oh, you know what? We got skill points a minute ago, too. So, skill points. Hard digging is definitely always the first one to get. Meanwhile, likes decorating and researching. Well, we're gonna need advanced research soon, so let's do that. Go for the advanced research hat. He's not gonna like it super much, but he's gonna have to do the farming. There we go, everybody gets hats. Why do these look longer? Air's not looking great. It's okay, we're gonna tap into this cavern here in a moment. We'll get some more air. Actually, I suppose we could just set up some algae terrariums now. We don't have any water to feed them yet, though. I suppose we could put in a door there. Now, anyway. I think we're actually going to raise the priority on that a little bit. way, they should get up and do that first thing in the morning. Realize we're gonna need to put a supercomputer there later. Comrade, have a good one. Thanks for sticking around. Stay safe. Alright, so they're picking up water, see? They're gonna go start distributing it to the algae terrariums if they haven't already. That one's been done. That one just got done. And yeah, that's where our oxygen's gonna come from for the foreseeable future. Travaldo's gonna be busy for a little while. Running back and forth and doing water. Yeah, see, we're already making a dent there in this water. Alright, so we've exposed a little bit more of the map here. We haven't really gone exploring yet, but that big void over here, that's interesting looking. I don't see anything neat. I have a feeling we won't have to go very far, though. So I'm going to stop issuing commands here and build schematics and stuff for a few minutes and let them get all caught up. Let things reach their little equilibrium. You know what? Looking at it, we don't need to bother with that just yet. Oh, I forgot. These need actually light. do a little bit more looking at stuff. Alright. Anything good? Snazzy suits. Briar seed. Briar seeds for sure for now. The suits will come in handy later. I think Clyde did a really good job with the music for this game, by the way. Whether they made it or commissioned it, it's good. I like it. Oh, so for some backstory for today, I gave myself a headache and wasted about 3 hours fiddling around with my audio. The goal was to sidechain compress any game or music audio that was going toward the stream with my microphone audio, right? So lower the volume of whatever is playing when I talk so that you can hear me and I don't have to yell over whatever is going on here. I installed a couple of programs. I messed around in my registry. I added a few virtual hardware inputs and outputs. And then after a little bit of Googling, realized that OBS does that naturally. All I had to do was create a filter. So that's how part of my day went. Just gonna go all the way over there in the corner. We don't want to smell it. We don't want to deal with it. We're gonna run power down through this wall. Oop. Nope. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Power down through the wall into the lights. Now, normally I would be somewhat concerned about how much heat these lights are going to generate. However, you may remember it's somewhat cold in here. So, let's see what we're looking like for oxygen. Still not great. Let's have a look and see something here. Travaldo is inhaling 60 grams per second of oxygen. There are 3 of these dupes in here, so that's 180 grams per second of oxygen that we must produce. These produce 40, 40, 80, 120, 160. In theory, we should be breaking even. Breaking even is good, but we're already at a bad situation here, so we're going to add 1 or 2 more. Oh good, I did space that out correctly. Oh, we've got a shine bug. Look at that. That will actually irritate our dupes while they sleep. It'll come and shine through the door and wake them up. Now, these are still queued. We don't have any of the seeds for them, but we will passively gain more seeds from the bristle blossoms. Every time we harvest one of these, we get a 10% chance of getting another seed. Now, it looks to me like down may be a pretty good option as far as exploration, so I think what we're going to do is just build down and see what happens. Ah! Polluted water and such. So we've got our good water over here. I guess it only makes sense to have the bad water over here. Okay, in theory. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build a tunnel over this way. And we're just gonna build a cistern there. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And it's not. And then eventually what we can do is we can put a water treatment plant over here and then start pumping this polluted water, the pea water, into there, and then we'll funnel it back out into the base. Actually, it'll probably come underneath. so we've got a little bit of time before this is all done. The pea water is going to pile up, so to speak. And it's going to keep releasing that polluted oxygen, which it's polluted oxygen, yes, but it's basically just smelly. So we'll be okay with that. Snow over here. So we are getting the mess hall bonus here, but we would like a great hall bonus. This is 30 tiles. Minimum size for a great hall, 32 tiles. That's not going to happen just yet, unfortunately, unless we mix it with this room. I suppose we could do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. The plan is forming. Don't ask me how that happens, I don't know. So, is he sick? Did he just sneeze? The oxygen situation is slowly getting better. Slowly I can live with. They don't need air that much. So what I've done here is I've moved all the mess tables and stuff around, but I've created a room that is more than 30 tiles. So as soon as we do some decorating, we will start getting the Great Hall bonus for morale. Oxyfern seed, that's excellent. We're gonna cancel that one and oxyfern there. It's still the bottom of our base, and it should just eat up carbon dioxide and spit out as much oxygen as it can, which is ideal. So this is the decor. We should be able to get our decor bonus out of this. If not, we'll take the water cooler and we'll move it a little bit and put a statue or something. So you can see here now we have the decor overlay. Got some ugly stuff over here. Some ugly stuff a lot of places. But we are starting to see positive decor in what will eventually be the Great Hall. And actually looking at it, we could put in some molding and stuff in the bedroom, just for the heck of it. Now this will all need to be done again at some point, because the only material we have to use is sandstone, and it's still sandstone even if you dress it up. So once we get, you know, an ample supply of like gold or something, or granite, we'll come along and we'll do all of this over. I took those out and I forgot to put them back. You know what? We don't need that. So, we're going to add in a bottle emptier there, and we're just going to go ahead and put one in here before we're ready for it. The bottle emptier... I'll have to move that up later. The bottle emptier is basically where we can take all of these little bottles of water and dump them off. Now we do need to make sure that we're not putting the pea water into the good water supply, and vice versa. Because that won't help anybody. Oh, you know what? We are scooching a little bit farther over here. I think it's about time that we mount an expedition, as soon as we get this sorted out. So this is the kind of thing I'm looking for here, just weird temperature variations. What we're looking for is a, what, four tile long fluctuation in temperature. It'll be pretty notable when you see it. Now, these aren't going to do a whole lot for us. They're just going to help the dupes move around to build this wall and such. And help them avoid having to swim in the pea water. New log entry, cycle 15. As far as I can tell, we are hundreds of miles beneath the surface of the planet. Digging our way out will take some time. My duplicants will survive, but were not meant for sustained underground living. Under what possible circumstances could my pod have ended up here? What circumstances indeed? So these plants are going to perk up as soon as we do a little bit more living in this area. It's a little too cold for them at the moment. So, Mima will be able to do aesthetic design, which will be handy, because I do want to sculpt her. I just realized we don't need that one to be there. So it's coming along, and oh, see, so you can see the polluted oxygen pretty well here. It's not looking great. Now, mind you, they can still breathe that. It's just going to be tanky. Ooh, look at that. We're getting low on food. Alright, so we've got a bunch of junk down here, but let's go ahead and we'll set this up to accept polluted water and dump it. Was Mima stuck there? Mima's stuck there. There we go. Now, dirt. We have 94 tons of dirt. Yes, I know there's a food shortage. So we are going to make mush bars indefinitely for now. Because we need the food. We will eventually start getting bristle blossom that we can eat. But for the time being, we're eating dirt. Yep, see? The shine bug is keeping Max up at night. So oxygen, it still says insufficient oxygen generation. But, as you can see, our situation is much better than it was previously. I'm not going to worry about that for a little while. So just up the priority level on that, so that people will go and pick up all the polluted water that they find laying around out here. And there you go. We now have a cistern for pea water. So that should take care of our P-air problem. Alright, so we are going to slowly but surely just dig our way up and see what we can find. Now, hot tip for anybody who plays this. I am still making this, taller here. If you hold shift and you start moving in a direction to build something, it doesn't matter if you follow the line. It will keep going in that direction. Until you release it. Micro-musher. I'm gonna up the priority on that as well too. This is where games start to fall apart, where you start having to worry about different stuff in different places and priorities, and it's very easy to get something that the priorities set up in such a way that the important stuff looks like it's important, but it's not quite enough more important than the other stuff, if you follow me. It's a great haul, look at that. There we go. So now we should be pretty good on morale. We'll have a look at that the next time we get the skills menu opened here. Now in the meantime, food. We must keep getting food. So, ideally, we will find a cool slush or something, geyser, up here soon, that will supply us with free water for the rest of the game, provided that we can make it palatable, so to speak. That'll probably mean cooling it down, or, purifying it. Actually, in the case of a cool slush geyser, that'll mean taking the pee out of it, basically, and warming it up somewhat, which is not going to be super helpful for us, but it will at the same time. We'll have to figure out a way to warm it up, but it will be infinite water, and that is exactly what we want. So, it's not much, but it's home-ish. Yep, we're still having a food shortage. But again, it's okay. We should get some more actually, we may not get more food in. We might have to do a little bit of digging just for food. Or we could kill the hatch. There will be more. There are always more hatches. Yeah, I suppose let's dig. So, these little sandstones here, you see there at the bottom, it says buried object. That could be something that I could eat. Could also be a seed, something valuable. Basically a good idea to check these out anytime. Need something. So let's see what that does for us. Now these are food as well, these cactus-looking doodads. You cannot replant them, but you can eat them. Yep, and see, just like that, we've got 4,000 cacao. It's not a lot, but it'll get us going. Polluted ice. Hey, that's something that I like seeing. This polluted ice up here, that's the beginning of a cold biome, if I'm not mistaken. And that's diamond. Cold diamond. Oh, that's perfect. Always looking for diamond. Diamond is the single best, or no, it's the second best conductor of heat, and it also functions as glass. So basically we'll be able to make incredibly efficient heat transfer early on. That's extra good. There isn't a whole lot of it, but we're going to use it for what is, what we can. So I'm going to make a beeline for this diamond here. You know what though? You're going to need more skills. Super hard digging. I think we're going to actually need super duper hard digging, but we can at least get close. So we don't need advanced research yet, but it'll be good to have it later when we need it. So tell you what, we'll do art fundamentals first, and then when we get to this point that we're working on, we'll use it for field research. Now this one, crop tending will be good. We're not going to make use of the micronutrient fertilizer crafting yet, and we're not going to make use of the critter ranching just yet, but we'll need it. Kind of on the fence about that one, actually. I guess we'll use the crop tending because it's what we already have and we need it. Yeah, see how much of this pea water we produce? Not a lot. Yep, food shortage again. We're gonna keep having that. Don't want any of that stuff. Now what we could do is put a little bit more effort into this. Berry sledge, hey. Ah, we'll need sleet wheat grain. We don't have that. We're gonna keep eating the dirt. And I'm not joking about that either. It actually takes dirt and water and mushes it up, and you get basically a mush bar. Just nutrient rich and very nasty. Oh, no one even does cooking. Maybe that would help, huh? Tell you what. We're gonna have... Oh, Mima can't do it. Well, Valdo, you get to cook. That should keep our food problem at bay. Now this ice is on the verge of... This polluted ice, rather, is on the verge of melting, which is why it has this animated texture. Ooh, hey. A tile. So there's actually a buried building here. You'll find those sometimes in the game. It might have some interesting stuff in it. It will have, most likely, a couple of journal entries that we can go through. And maybe we'll find, you know, a vending machine with some stuff in it, but probably not anything too exciting. Geographical survey. As the duplicants scout further out, I've begun to piece together a better view of our surroundings. Thanks to their efforts, I've determined that this planet has enough resources to settle a long-term colony. But something is off. I've also detected deposits of abyssalite and neutronium on this planet's composition, man-made elements that shouldn't occur in nature. Is this really the target location? So neutronium is the material that we're keeping an eye out for, by the way. So, we still have the insufficient oxygen generation message, but we are still running positive, it looks like. We're looking pretty good, frankly, as far as oxygen is concerned. I'm going to continue to not worry about it. Alright, so, and we did some more research, and I would like fire poles. Here we go. Fire pole, and that's under refined renovations. So we'll end up with the kiln and a rock crusher in the meantime. That'll be handy for us here in the future. And then this will allow our duplicants to run down letters pretty quickly. I mean, it'll literally be a fire pole, right? the long ladder. So if we don't find anything up here past the diamonds, or around the diamonds up here, I think we're going to build off to the right then. So the diamonds require super duper hard digging, which we haven't unlocked yet. But we can at least uncover them as well as we can. And we can come back and do the actual digging of them later. Yes, I know, we have a food shortage. They really should be putting the dang food away as soon as they've made it so it doesn't spoil quite as quickly. Yeah, definitely I want to see what's over here. This is a strange biome. I've never seen this before, this slime and ice thing. Kinda strange. We are going to need to seek a separate water source here soon. I see hydrogen. There may be a hydrogen vent over here. Which, that's a difficult challenge to take on in the early game, but we'll have to if we need to get advanced power going, and pro tip, we will. Some ice, okay. 2 briar seeds, maybe. We have 3 of those. Yeah, we'll take the ice. Ice good. And then you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the ice storage in the water over here. So there's nothing going on up here yet. I'm not going to cancel this because as soon as we unlock the super duper hard digging, someone, you know, Trivaldo, I think, will come up here and just take all this out. A lot of carbon dioxide over here. Oh, that's right, this whole cavity was full of it. So, that's not actually problematic because the carbon dioxide will all drain first into here, right? The cistern, where I'm not worried about it at all. It'll help keep our water clean. And then the runoff will come down here and start feeding our oxyfern, which should be doing plenty of work right now. So we're going to set this to liquefiable. There we go. And you know what? We'll store snow in there too. So any ice and snow that we come across will get stored in here. And until it comes up to the temperature of liquid water, above 0 Celsius, or thereabouts, because the game fuzzes it a little bit, it'll stay in here. Afterward, it will liquefy and run out into the main storage of water. So strange that we're not seeing anything. I sure would like a geyser. Would be really nice. Alright, so we got our kiln, we got our rock crusher. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with them just yet. Alright, so, we've been going for about an hour and a half here. I'm down to keep going, but I'm gonna let this run for half a minute maybe. I'm gonna get up and grab a drinky. So sit tight, we'll be right back. And I'm back. Looks like we didn't miss a whole lot. Still nothing. Wow. Oh, look. Yeah, the food shortage is going to continue here. Though these plants are maturing. We're getting some more seeds, so we're getting there. We are getting there. Look at that, we've got points. Points to spend. Okay, max is almost there. Alright. I want those diamonds. Geyser! Alright, so it's a natural gas geyser. It will output 355 grams per second at 150 Celsius, which will be a bit of a bear to tap. But it's free limited power for the rest of the game. And that's always a good thing. We're going to let this come up to pressure, right? It'll pressurize up to about 5 kilograms per tile. And you can see just each tile has its own little amount of natural gas going on there. At which point, the natural gas geyser will stop putting out more gas. Which will be handy for us, because we'll be able to get in there and do what we need to do. Hey, a neural vacillator. So these will give whichever duplicant you assign to it a very large buff. It's random out of a couple of different buffs that you can get. One of them is that it will severely reduce the amount of oxygen that they need to survive. One of them will make them basically immune to germs. They're very, very handy. It keeps trying to give me pufflets. So, pufflets will take non-oxygen gases and convert them into things. In the case of chlorine, they will turn them into bleach stone, which will put off chlorine, but also functionally become hand sanitizer. So, this is not holding any ice. So, I'm thinking water treatment is going to go in this space here. It's not going to be anything super fancy, but it will enable us to take this polluted water and filter it back into regular water and run it through over here. That way we don't end up running out of water, which would be bad. So I'm thinking in preparation for that, what we're going to do is start digging it out. Ooh. That is not good. We need more food, guys. Alright, so refinement. We are going to need to get into our research tree again here. And hopefully this will finish ever. We are going to need a water sieve to remove the pee from the water. And then we're going to run it through a chlorinated room. Actually, we may run it through the chlorinated room first, just to kill the germs, and then we can separate the other stuff off of it, because the chlorinated room, once we build that, we'll never have to mess with it again. Hopefully. Hopefully. Big hope there. Super duper hard digging. We got diamonds. So we're getting there. I'm not sure how we're gonna get the chlorine into the clean room, I guess we're gonna call it. Need to find some bleach stone is probably the best way. So bleach stone, here's bleach stone. Not too far either. Like that, we can just zip right on in there. It will mean flooding some of the base with some chlorine, which is not great, but make it work. Diamonds. Want diamonds. Diamonds. 572.9 kilograms of diamonds. We are in the money. Alright, so we can't actually do anything with the diamonds just yet, but when it comes time to start dealing with this bad boy, that's going to be extra handy, because this is going to put out a lot of heat. We're going to have to funnel it all into one place, and I guess we'll put a steam turbine in here somewhere, just to, handle the heat. The steam turbine will take steam, as you might expect, and turn it into 95-degree water, and also produce a bunch of power. So basically, we're going to end up cooling all of this natural gas down to a reasonable temperature, right? And then we're just going to build a cooling loop. We're going to funnel all of that heat into more power. So that's complete now. We can go and install fire poles, which is good. We've been looking for that. We're going to go for improved plumbing because we will need the liquid reservoirs. We want to make sure that we're making these out of copper because we have a lot of copper. Another oxyfern scene. Excellent. We're going to uproot that and we're actually going to put in... Well, actually... You know what? We don't need more oxygen at this point. As weird as it is for me to say, we're not going to use another oxyfern just yet. We're not going to use another oxyfern just yet. That's it, we're out of water. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to dip into this water here. And we're just going to make a little temporary cistern. Pump all this up into the base, and it won't be optimal, but it will give us a little bit of breathing room to get water treatment up and running. Now, we're coming up in the last 10 minutes here, so that is going to happen next time, but before we end today, I would like to get this water tapped so that we don't have to worry about it and come into a mess next time. Come on, we need the water. Let's go, guys. Temp shift plate. So, temp shift plates are neat. They don't have any real-world analog. Let's say I build one here, right? I'm not going to build one there, but let's say I put one there. Okay? We're going to imagine for a moment that that's a temp shift plate. This is going to share the combined heat from all of its adjacent tiles amongst themselves. So let's say you've got something really cold over here and you've got something really hot over here. This temp shift plate is going to find equilibrium between those two temperatures and then try and turn those temperatures the same, or those two tiles adjacent to it, to the same temperature that it is. Very, very handy, especially for cooling systems and heating systems. Alright, filtration. Yes, liquid filter, gas filter. We are getting it there. The next thing that we unlock should be our fluid, what were they, water tanks? Fluid tanks? Liquid reservoirs. We're going to put 3 of them here, we're going to set them on timers, and then we're going to do our best to fill this room with chlorine. Which again, that's going to be something that happens next time. Let me know if y'all want some more of this. We're probably going to be doing at least another one of these. Hopefully it picks up a little bit. I don't know why they haven't built this yet, but they need to build it, like, right now. Unreachable dig. That's why. It's because I'm special and I can't plant things. You know what? That's alright. We're gonna remove all of that. Okay, so we're gonna put the pitcher pump there. Put the ladders in here. Now, in theory, this will be done shortly, provided that nothing else crazy happens. There we go. It's getting done. Yes, as I have planned, the water has flown downhill. Oh, it's another hatch. Let's see if we can wrangle him, so he doesn't drown. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Now, is he gonna drown down there? Can we pick him up? I forgot. We're trying to save the hatch. Actually, now that he's trussed, I don't know if we can save him. We don't have any way to move him. You know what? We'll put him out. We'll do the right thing. Like a good farmer. Yep, he's dead. There we go. Well, free food. So, we need the grilling skill. And anytime we have meat, we're going to try and make barbecue. So let's look at skills here. We're about halfway to our next skill point. Mima should be our grill. Or no. Travaldo is going to do our grilling. Might take a little while to get there. That food's probably going to go bad in the meantime. Alright, well, it's coming up on the end here. I'm going to go see if there's anybody that we want to go raid. And we're going to leave that running. I'm not even sure how many people are in here at the moment, actually. Alright, well, that'll be the end of that here for the day. Thanks everybody for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll catch you all next time. This time tomorrow, probably. Ta!